Well, Marvel Studios dropped a new Captain America trailer today, and I don't know what most people are wondering, but I have sadly watched most of the movies, so I am wondering, is this going to be, just fake and gay, or maybe retarded? I don't know. But let's watch that trailer.
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
A Brave New World. Now, what's interesting about this is that Brave New World was not the original title for the film. It was actually New World Order, which, I don't know.
Fancy that.
I'm just wondering, hold on. Where have we heard that term before? I don't know.
New World Order.
New World Order.
New World Order.
World Order.
Oh.
We're going to have at least one WCW clip in there. We couldn't add that. New World Order.
Come on, control room. What the hell are you doing in there? So you got to wonder. I mean, I'm sure you, former Hollywood, you obviously big into comic books and all of this, genre. How many people did this go through originally who were like, yes, New World Order. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one we want. I mean, legit, give just an estimate. Just like your best. How many people that have gone through?
I mean, it has to go from everyone from the screenwriter who would have written it originally, more than likely. I don't know if they would have done it in a spitballing session, but then it would have had to go all the way up all the sections of Marvel, and then it would have had to go all through the people at Disney. And it would have gone right to the top. It would have been approved at the top. There's no. And by the way, Brave New World isn't that much better. For anyone that actually reads books, Brave New World is not that much better.
Yeah, that's a great point.
They were like, okay, New World Order. Let's just move the world and the brave and do.
Right.
They're just stupid people.
Look,
I'm fake.
There's a lot. I mean, I'm assuming that the title is more an irony than anything else. I think people need to understand with Marvel Studios, with this movie, there is a 0% chance it is profitable, and it has nothing to do with the fact that people might not like it. It's because it is reported that they spent $370 million on the movie. That means that they're going to have to clear nearly $1 billion for that to be profitable. For people that will, of course, try to correct me in the actual comments section because they don't seem to understand how box offices work. Box offices do not work in a sense like, hey, this film makes $500 million. That means the film made $500 million. That is incorrect. I believe it's like almost 60% of the proceeds, box office, if you will, are going to actually go to the studios. The rest goes to the theaters. That line increases even more if you have if it's internationally playing. So that will go up to I think it might be only like 20% in China or whatever that the studios are going to get. There is no chance in hell this movie makes $1 billion. And so they're not going to be profitable by any means. The reason that happens is because, Hollywood budgets in general are bloated, but they have reshot this film several times. I believe that they've reshot this film like 3 times, legitimately the whole entire thing that they've shot. Every report is like, they're reshooting. It's going through significant reshoots. This is not the same movie that they initially wanted to shoot. Now, I don't know if that has something to do with, the previous Marvel movies have been all dead on arrival. The Captain Marvel movie lost almost $500 million, which is significant. So they're going to catch a W for sure with this Deadpool versus Wolverine thing, but I don't think that's going to move the needle. I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is done, son. There's no rekindling that flame. It is over with, and it's their own doing. It has nothing to do. I'm tired of hearing this BS, superhero fatigue, and I get it. People that use that term are using it in different ways, right? When I think fatigue, I think, there's people have an issue with the genre. No, they don't. They have an issue with the trash, right? Yes. That's what it is. So, you no longer have the normies anymore. You've kicked out the diehards. Same thing that Star Wars did. You've kicked out all the diehards. You committed to, for whatever reason, social justice and other nonsense box checking, and not just with the narratives. It's with your hiring practices top to bottom. And because you prioritize that over actually, I don't know, making a good superhero film, well, you make a bad superhero film. Even if you think that you have guys that can maybe come up with a decent story or some sort of decent film, the people that you put in the positions are in there not because of merit, but because first, you must check a box, right? So it's all spells disaster for these guys over at Marvel. Damn be the title. But that's not the only thing that they've retitled. I don't know if you guys know the Agatha show that's about to come out. That's going through like 5 different titles as well. I think now it's just titled Agatha. It was like Agatha and the something and Agatha and this and that. So they're known for like retitling things. Marvel is in trouble. I don't know if you guys heard even about the Blade film. I don't think that's coming out.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think that Blade film is coming out. That's going through significant reshoots. They wanted to, obviously, of course, surprise. They wanted to make it about Blade's daughter.
Oh,
that came out. They wanted to make it about Blade's daughter, so that came out. Ali's, I believe, his agent is like he's never heard anything about this because he got brought on in 2019. They haven't shot a damn thing. They haven't shot anything. That movie is probably not coming out. I'm just being honest. So Disney in general is screwed up, but Marvel especially, along with Star Wars, man, they them boys is in trouble, man. They in trouble.
It's like they were handed this on a silver platter and they decided, no, we're going to take a hard U-turn or hard left. That's what I'll say. Hard left to DEI instead. And I mean, listen, I got dragged to... I don't remember what the last one was that came out, but I got dragged to, I think it was the last one, by my husband. And I was like, if he was in the control room right now, I would give him a hard time about it, but he's not. And I was like, we watched it and I was like, I will not do this again. I am not coming to, I understand he had good intentions because he was like, but what if this is the one where they turn it around? But the trailer looks good. Let's just go. And then there was all the gay stuff and I was like, I gotta go. I'm not doing this again. And he was like, me neither. So
yeah, it's. I mean, firstly, to your point about the box office, it's not only that what you said. It's also about the P&A, right? So the press and advertising
the advertising
into these is about.
Well, that's why it has to make $1 billion, right?
It's got to make a ton of money,
Yeah.
And it's not going to. And what's unfortunate is, look, Anthony Mackie is a great actor. Like he's paid his dues. He's a very, very good actor. I mean. But you can't go in a movie and then go and do a TV show and then go back to a movie again. It doesn't work like that. Like it's like levels of prestige, as it were. Like if you can go and watch it on TV, you're not going to want to go into the theaters and do it. So as far as Anthony's concerned, it's really unfortunate for him because what is he going to do? He's played the Falcon, which, by the way, nobody really cares about that character. Like, you're not going to spin it off. You're not going to like make it all attractive by slapping Captain America on it because nobody really wants to go and see that anyway. So he's set up to fail, regardless of what is happening there. But the problem with the woke stuff that's come before is people aren't going to give it a shot now. Mm-hmm. They're not going to go, well, maybe it's the one. Nobody's doing, like Stephen will not do it on this one. He's not going to go, let's just give it a shot, right?
He's done.
Because they've done it over and over and over again. They've burnt up any kind of goodwill that the diehards had. Like, I mean, I can't believe that I just don't care anymore.
No.
And I was a big comic book fan. I don't care. I don't want to see any of their things. Agatha, by the way, who the hell wants to see that?
It's not even Agatha.
Nobody wants to see it.
To be fair, it's not Agatha. It's not Agatha. These characters are only the characters in name, and I can nerd out for the next half hour about
Eric's
this.
Like, how much time do we have?
If I wanted to. But no, seriously, like, I hated the idea. I hate the idea of him being, it's not even against Mackie. Sam Wilson's Falcon was always a stupid character. Y'all know I hate tokenization. Mm-hmm. He's not Captain America. There's only one Captain America, and it's Steve Rogers. He was okay as Falcon, and he should have stayed damn Falcon if that was who he's going to be. I hate this whole look. Everybody knows my position on tokenization. I don't like the whole race swap thing. That's not anything that I'm a fan of, where you take this original black character and then you say, well, let's make him now get the sloppy seconds of the historically white character, and he's going to fly around with his shield, because apparently him just being his own original character was not good enough. And I hated it when they did it in the comics. I hated it now that they're doing it live, or in the live action sense, and it's very unfortunate. this was theirs to screw up. I mean, the same thing. It's funny. At this point, you could swap in or out the IP. What I just said about this could also apply to Star Wars, which probably could also apply to Star Trek, which probably could also apply to basically any IP. They've ran all of these bad boys into the ground. So if nothing else, I mean, I would argue that what happened out of this is why you got the Rippaverse. It was me looking at this nonsense and saying, okay, I'm going to have to do this myself. And so I did. And I happened to see a lot of success. But imagine that. A guy that has invested all the money that I have in all of these comic books is not stoked on a comic book movie. And that is the same thing can be said for pretty much a significant amount of people worldwide.
By the way, it was also, you were inspired by those guys back in the day.
Well, of course.
So it's really personal because you sit there and you're like, I feel the same, like, you know, when people talk about Bond and they go, let's get Idris Elba in as Bond. And I'm like, why? Yeah. Why don't you just write a great character?
Yeah.
Like, get out there and write something for him that's fantastic, that's going to have a legacy of black spies.
Yeah, why not?
I'd go and see, you know, did it. And I know some people pulled us up on this before about The Equalizer, because The Equalizer was originally Edward Woodward, but it was a television show. Denzel came back, he reinvented it, and nobody cares, right? Everyone's like, this is, you know, as in nobody cares that it's a black character. Yeah. They're like, it's great. It's a great character. He's set up a legacy. If he wants to spin it off now into a younger guy or whatever, we can do that. And everybody loves that series. I love the 3 movies, the Equalizer movies. So all you've got to do in Hollywood, and you know this because, you know, it's the same kind of creative group, is just make great content. Stop pandering. As you said, don't take these white characters and just go, well, you know, let's just like shove a black character. Like, do the work, man. Like, create something new.
Yeah.
And everyone will go and watch it. Nobody's not going to watch The Equalizer, right? Like, they want to go and see great material. And that's what we want. That's, at the end of the day, what we want is we want the truth, whether it's in whatever, whether it's in news, whether it's in our lives, and we certainly want it in our entertainment. Like, don't bullshit us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, Eric, where can people go if they want comics that aren't woke?
Go to Rippaverse.com. We're all about entertainment. Right now, we're in the middle of gooding the Polymath. It was written by Mike Barron, who is, for people that know that name, he did the definitive Punisher in the 80s. So he's writing a book for us, and it's called Gooding the Polymath. So go check that out. So yeah, to your point, I end on this. Yeah. The reason why it's working is because that's all people care about. They just want to be entertained. Obviously, we got black characters, we have female characters, and somehow we've been able to make almost $10 million in sales in 2 years. It's almost as if you just give people what they want, they will pay for it.